So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between my wife's first pregnancy versus her second. So I had about 5 things written down, but there's probably more that's going to come up as I speak. So they're going to end up in the video. So it might not really be 5, it might be 10, who knows. But all right, number one of the things I realized that was very different from the first pregnancy and the second one was the cravings. The cravings were very different. This time is lifesavers, hello candy, mint, especially the green bag. Apparently been eating those for like, I don't even know how many. I don't even want to say how often, because if the doctor finds out, we're done. And then water and ice. Apparently has been drinking a whole lot of water this pregnancy, and along with a lot of ice. I might be wrong, but I feel like on the first pregnancy, her craving was, it was like salads, and I can't remember what it was, but it definitely was not lifesavers. But she says she's been drinking way more water because this, the thermos that she has keeps water like really cold, and I guess that makes her enjoy water even more. I'll count it as a pregnancy craving because this is 5 years later. This is all brand new. Like, you just started drinking water now. And because she's been drinking a lot of water, some people have said that this baby's gonna have, long, healthy hair. So we're gonna see where that leads to. I feel like this time the kicks have been extremely painful or uncomfortable. I'm only judging based on how she reacts to the kicks, and I feel like the kicks have been like pretty hard. Like, this kid's probably gonna be a soccer player, but I don't want him to play soccer. You probably gonna play basketball. It'll be middle of the night and we're all sleeping, and all of a sudden, in this pregnancy, I feel like Pureline's face hasn't blown up as much as the first one. In the first one, her nose did change a little bit, from, I guess, the water weight or the pregnancy weight that was coming in. I haven't really noticed it as much, but if you look at the pictures from like her first pregnancy, like her nose changed and stuff like that, and this time around, like, her nose looks kind of the same. But a lot of this is subject to change because we still have about, like, I want to say like 23 days left. So this is unrelated to how she might be feeling, but I feel like this pregnancy, she's been more frugal. I mean, me too, duh. We've been more frugal, and that, like, the clothes that Jolene had that were, I guess, gender neutral, we were able to save them, and that we're gonna reuse a lot of those clothes. We're gonna, wash them or I guess sanitize them. We didn't have to spend as much on some stuff for newborns, because a lot of the newborn stuff that we had wasn't necessarily like boy or girl. It was just kind of like, I guess, gender neutral. And so we were able to reuse some of those stuff. Another thing that was different was, I feel like she has been less nauseous and less vomiting. In the first pregnancy, she couldn't drink her favorite juice, which was the Welch's passion fruit juice, which is one of the best juice. And I haven't had a juice like that in a while because Purely can't drink it, so we don't really buy it anymore. Or I feel like that first pregnancy kind of like made her not like it as much. But she still likes passion fruit. We just haven't bought that juice. I think she's only thrown up like a couple of times this time around, versus like before she was throwing up a lot, and like I think bile came out and everything. It was pretty disgusting. She's definitely way less nauseous. We only have 23 days left, so there's no surprises that's gonna come with her vomiting, hopefully. I feel like with this pregnancy, I'm needed even more, especially since I'm home a lot more. So a lot of the stuff that Purely can't do, like, she'll call me to do it. Versus like the first pregnancy, I was working 2 jobs. Like, I was working in the morning, and then I was also doing overnight. And so I didn't get to experience, that, like, I need you every single time. Like, we would be on the phone and stuff when I was doing my overnight job, because I'm home a lot more now, and like I mostly just go out on the weekends, like to go to church and rehearsals. I realize how much more that she needs, my help and stuff. But also I feel like in the first pregnancy, I feel like she was more able to do stuff, even though Jolene was a lot bigger. Like I feel like now this time around, like she has a hard time like moving her leg and stuff, and so or she like her sciatica or whatever it's called. You know, I'm just talking like I know this stuff. I don't even know any of this stuff, but I guess her sciatica was in pain. You know what? I gotta Google this. Make sure I'm saying the right thing. Okay, so she's been feeling sciatic pain, right? So, which is just numbness and weakness traveling from your lower back down your leg, and it caused by irritation or compression of the sciatic nerve, often from a herniated disc, spinal stenosis, or injury. You know, but she's been experiencing that kind of pain during her pregnancy, and so she a lot of times she has to like stretch her back and stretch her leg and stuff in her pelvic area to alleviate the pain. Sometimes Caroline wants to hold Jolene, but she can't because he has a baby inside of her, and so any movements of like or carrying anything heavy isn't ideal, isn't something that she should be doing. And Jolene is pretty heavy for her age. Even though she's 4 years old, she looks like she could be 6 years old. Like she's pretty tall and pretty heavy. Well, if you guys have seen the other video, like she explains that her placenta is in the back and that a lot of the cakes are not getting absorbed. And so she could feel, you know, when the baby's moving and stuff like that in the front. And if her placenta had been in the front, it would have helped absorb that, but her placenta is in the back. So there's pros and cons to both, you know, whether it's in the front or the back. So it is what it is. But also because this is our second child on the way, like I feel like we've been there before. So this time I'm gonna speak on behalf of both of us, I guess. But like we've been there before, and so I feel more mentally ready. Because I already mentally prepared myself before Jolene was born, and so I feel like I've already done 4 years with Jolene, so it's time to do it all over again, right? And this time with a new kid. Each kid is different, but we're gonna see what challenge is thrown at us. But yeah, I feel like I said more than 5. I'm not even gonna label them. I'm still gonna title the video 5 things plus more. These are the main differences I want to say between pregnancy 1 and pregnancy 2. So we'll catch you guys on another episode of Making It with the Millionaires.